Hey, what's up? I am Chelsea. This is my coffee. This is Coffee with Chelsea, a podcast. How is it going? I have a very special guest star for a very special day. It is Father's Day. So I got my own dad on here. This could go terribly wrong. We could get into a terrible fight. There could be throwing things could get damaged, or we're going to have some really good laughs. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. Dad, happy Father's Day.
Hey, this is Bruce. This is not Coffee, and this is Chelsea with Coffee and Bruce.
Okay. that was a solid attempt at a first intro. You can definitely do it again. Huh?
Thank you. You're welcome.
Oh my gosh. Well, cheers.
Cheers.
Thanks for being on the podcast.
Ink. Skol. Salute.
So Father's Day, what are you up to today?
Hopefully I get to go some fishing.
Yeah.
But that'd be, like when all times I've taken you and you guys loved it so much. It's so exciting to take my daughters along for fishing trips.
I mean, fishing is fun when you actually let us fish. The thing with my dad is, so he likes to do this fishing where basically you throw the lines and it just stays out there. So all I'm doing is you're waking me up early to watch a fishing
trolling.
Pole. I know, but Dad, we're watching a fishing pole.
But that is the best way for you guys to catch. I've had you try to do the other stuff. You never catch. You don't know how to cast the lure out.
My problem is I'm just there to get a tan. I'm there to hang out.
Okay, so
maybe have a few quips.
Then trolling is absolutely perfect for you. All you have to do is lay out, and you wait till the little tip goes doo-doo-doo-doo, and you get to reel in a fish.
So you get upset with it. But anyway, I know. Anyway. So I try to go fishing. We've gone fishing a few times, and it's been pretty fun.
I've visited you and gone fishing, and it's been you're a little better. I mean, you and your mother with the dolphins and everything. So you guys are a little more excited than you are in the old freshwater stuff.
Dolphins are really good luck charms around here. Of course, when I go fishing with Chris and we see dolphins, he gets super upset. But anytime we're catching them pretty consistently,
and he's
dolphins
wrong about
pop
that.
up.
Yeah, that's me. He's wrong about that. Dolphins are a good sign because that means there's fish in the area. If you don't see any dolphins, then you better go somewhere else where there's some dolphins because that's where the fish are.
That's what I'm saying. You see pelicans diving, you see dolphins going on. So
yes, I disagree with Chris about his dolphin theory.
I'm going to tell him that. I'm going to let him know
backwards.
That I was right in this instance. So
it's like when you go fishing for the fish you're fishing for, you look for the bait fish.
Yeah.
That way your fish are in the area. Well, your fish are bait fish for dolphins. Ones that we're fishing for. So
what kind of fish are you going to try and catch today then?
Crappie, probably do the easy stuff. Probably do the trolling with a little rod tip.
Gotta I do it where I throw it in now with the shrimp on it, and then they pop it back out. But I'm still
I don't do the live bait thing. So
I'm difficult to go fishing with still because I will not touch the shrimp. I refuse to touch them. Chris has to take the heads off because then I heard that they'll stab you, Dad. They stab you with their heads. And I'm I'm not touching that.
Sharp little horn, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I'm not getting stabbed by no shrimp, so I don't touch the shrimp. Chris, poor guy, he has to bait my hook. I won't take the fish off the hook either. So I'm holding it. I'm get it, babe. I am a very difficult woman to fish with.
That's why you're so much fun to fish with. Yes, I know. I did a horrible job of teaching you people how to fish properly.
I'm there for the comedic value alone. That's it. That's what I show up to fish about.
That's fine.
I still remember we went fishing. This was when me and Chris had first started dating. This was horrifying for me. We went fishing and you threw a pea cup on me. And I was I had just started dating this guy and you just threw a pea cup on me.
I didn't throw the pea cup on you.
And then it was on me. And I was so not only am I not wanting to touch all this stuff, but then we have to pee in cups. And Dad, it's just too much. It's too rugged for me. I can't handle that level of fishing.
Well, your aunt. You remind me of the story of your aunt when I was fishing years and years and years ago. And the boat we had at the time did not have a head in it. It was one of the smaller boats. We used to have big boats. Your grandpa had his big boats, and so there was an actual toilet ahead inside the boat. And we were fishing this one day, and we were in the boat that was more like my boat, which it was about a 20-foot boat, and there was nowhere to take a dump, and your aunt had to go, and so Dad tried to make her go in a bucket, and it was horrible.
That's awful. They sell those now at like
Yes,
stores. They sell buckets with toilet seat covers on it.
Yes, absolutely.
It was like the time we went camping on the beach, which was beautiful, and it's great in theory until you wake up the next morning and you have to do like normal morning things. No. Absolutely. I am a bit of a princess when it comes to a couple of these things, which is kind of weird because you guys raised us to not be like that way really at all.
Well, that's like that time we went to, what was that fort in Fort Walton Beach there? We went camping at that place and had the rain.
Oh, no, that was in Pensacola. It was like
Pensacola, yeah. I'm sorry, Fort Walton Beach, Pensacola.
It was not Fort Walton Beach.
I understand. They're right next to each other.
They're like an hour apart. It was like some fort in Pensacola.
Right on the Pensacola Beach, where they held Geronimo or something. And we were at the campground there, and you guys you wouldn't even go to because there was the frogs.
Those frogs jumped on me in the shower, Dad. That was awful. That's not funny. Like, first off, you went camping in Florida in the middle of summer, so it was like ungodly hot. It rained.
I remember it was the thunderstorm the first night that was the worst part of it.
It rained. Horrible. Everything was underwater, and then like we're in the shower, and like literally tree frogs are jumping on me. Oh my God! Like, it was. I could not deal with it.
I know. I needed suns. Just needed sons. Need one.
I tried. What I lack in fishing, I made up for in playing sports. You can at least give me that. So my dad
got to do some of that.
My dad is a Mississippi State guy, which we rep Bulldogs in our house, and he played baseball there at Mississippi State, and he was kind of a big deal. Dad, like, why don't you just like toot your own horn a little bit?
Oh, I won't. Okay. So anyway, I still hold the home run record for single season. I hold the single season RBI record, and that's after guys like Will Clark and Rafael Palmeiro went to the same school. But I'm the one who holds the records there. So I was an All-American. Got drafted in the 7th round by the Astros at one point. Played a few years in minor leagues, and had a pretty good baseball career.
Yeah, definitely. And then you started teaching all the kids how to hit and play baseball. I mean, it was crazy. Like in high school, people would always be like, hey, can your dad like help me out on how to hit? And I'm only 5'2", but I was a little powerhouse.
Yeah. Well, you were a little heavier back then, but you ended up losing a lot of weight and you got in better shape, obviously.
Well, thick diet saved lives. Lizzo said that.
Yes, they do. You were a good little hitter for what you were. I mean, you weren't ever going to be a college softball player, but you were a good high school softball player.
So what was like some of your favorite like memories of us, playing ball together?
Well, overall, it was just the whole thing that we were always, that we had those good summers. I mean, so we would be, obviously the traveling around and the girls we generally had were good. The coach that, Jody there was a great guy to be with. He was a really good coach. He did all the heavy lifting of parents and money and everything else. And I just got to be the assistant and try to help these girls get as good as they can. And, we put your sister on the team and she was younger and, she didn't have to play, but that way she had a uniform in case someone got hurt or whatever. And so we just had a lot of good times.
She was great. It was so fun to watch Gianna when she had to get in. I remember she'd get a hit and then she'd be like trudging down to first and be like, go Gianna. And I was a very intense player. You instilled from a very early age in me. I definitely have inherited the Castoria way of playing games. And I have to tell everybody, I have to just admit this, that it goes past sports of like football and baseball. I'm actually a really savage Uno player.
And I apologize to everybody for all this. You were telling me the one about playing with Chris's family, how they had these made up rules for the wrong way to play the freaking game. I would have, you know me, no, we're not playing it.
Well, Chris's family still loves me despite that Uno game. It is still a laughable moment between all of us. But no,
hopefully from now on, as you continue on, if they want to play again, they play it the right way.
You know, it's a
little. Because if I show up, if I happen to be there, if it's everybody, we're playing the right way.
Ooh, are we now? What are you gonna do if we don't?
I won't play.
Ooh.
Everybody be sad.
I'll
practice social distancing. I'm so good at it. I've always been good at it.
Oh my gosh. No. So not only have I inherited this insane and competitive spirit from you, but I mean, you guys taught me how to like do everything. You say, I wish I had sons. I mean, you taught me how to throw a football and play football. I played flag football, some in high school. I mean, I played volleyball at my teeny tiny stature. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I know.
We fill that void.
Still weren't a son.
Well, I can't be perfect all the time.
I'm not even gonna go there. I get in trouble.
And that's what happens when you raise daughters. It's like you learn what you can and can't say. So you brought up social distancing. How is life in Mississippi post-COVID? Are things opening?
Yeah, they're beginning to. I mean, people are moving around again. Traffic has increased back to pretty normal. Guests are starting to go up and everything. So we actually went out for the first time at actually 2 and 8 at a restaurant for the last night that your sister was in town. Yeah, we went to the Crazy Cactus and we got us some what they like there. They got the fajitas and such, and had a jumbo margarita. So it's the first night that we've been out. They were like 50% capacity is what they were running at. But
nice.
But that's the first time that we'd been out. I mean, obviously we'd pick up food at some places, but yeah, it's finally beginning to open. I know I've seen reports that some numbers have supposedly gone up, but I'm not one.
Oh, you froze.
I froze.
Yeah, you froze.
Like that?
Yeah. You got the like corona. This. Oh God, that would have been terrifying. No, I actually went out a couple of weekends back to a friend's birthday party at a dingy bar on the beach.
Yeah, I've been watching you on YouTube or on what's it called?
Facebook.
On the Facebook, yeah, on the Facebook.
Well, you know, I'm very open with my wild ways, but
on the line. I said you have not been wearing masks and social distancing all that much. Not that I've seen. But you haven't.
But nobody has like called me out on it yet, so it's like
okay. So I mean, what are you acting like? I'm telling a story.
So why are you like trying to call me out in the middle of my podcast?
I'm not calling you out. I'm saying the facts.
I'm just living this thing we call life. I actually got
tested. That's what you should be doing.
I got tested for coronavirus, and it was crazy because the reason I was even exposed was because I went on a job interview and the guy who was interviewing me was exposed to it. So it wasn't even like a fun thing I was doing. It was like me trying to better myself. Boom. Possibly have coronavirus. What does that tell you right there? By the way, I came back negative. Worst test ever. Worst test.
It's all stupid. It's just people.
Well, we're not getting into that.
We're not getting into politics.
Calm it down. That will literally never happen on the podcast. My dad is a heavy political dude. He's like Trump, and it's awesome. We love it for our family, but that is not what Coffee with Chelsea is about.
No, I'm reality.
Coffee,
imaginary world,
and good times. That's what this is about.
That's fine. That's reality.
So, Dad, have you heard any good new songs lately?
Good new songs lately. Well, you know, I got the new guitar, and I've been playing it more. So I've downloaded some old songs, but new ones that I haven't played before. And I'm working on them, and they're coming along a little bit. Still can't sing worth a crap, but what is it? I don't care. You know that.
Me neither.
Doesn't stop me, that's for sure.
I tell my dogs the same thing when I sing to them very loudly and off tune. I'm like, can't stop me.
So, but the new guitar is a lot nicer than my old one in the respect that the neck's a little bit wider, a little thicker, and so with my old fat fingers here, I'm able to finger and not fat finger the next string and that sort of stuff, and so it sounds a lot better. What is so funny?
It sounds like something, I'll tell you that.
Yeah. You finger the fretboard, dear. That's what you do. But no, it's sounding good. I actually have hooked it up to the. But I've been playing Space Oddity. Kind of got that one down.
Ziggy Stardust.
Yeah.
I told Chris a fun.
I've done Ziggy for a while.
I told Chris a fun story the other day about we were watching something. I don't remember really what we were watching, but they were playing the game where they basically would play a tune and they would make them guess the tune. And it wasn't like the Beat Shazam show or anything. It was two characters doing it in a movie. And I just died out laughing because I said, honestly, that I was Shazam growing up, that we would be riding in the car, listening to the classic rock station, like always, because it has the best music, and then you would turn it off before the words would even start, and you would I would have to know what we were listening to. It made me really in tune to what guitarists sound like, what bands had what kind of vibe. And he was like, you guys did that? I said, oh my God, yes. I knew everything about basically 70s and 80s rock, even though I don't like 80s soft rock like you do. It's just not my jam, but still.
You know me, I like a wide range of stuff. I like from Broadway and the old musicals on whatever, Frank Sinatra, Sergio Franchi from my old, Italian music days, Jerry Vale from when I was a little bitty kid to mostly the modern stuff.
Foo Fighters. You like the Foo Fighters?
Oh yeah, the modern stuff is Foo Fighters. I'll tell you, and my guitar hero is Stevie Ray, and we're coming home yesterday, driving home, and Let's Dance comes on, the Bowie song, and Stevie actually plays on that album. He plays on that song, but there's really not a whole lot of guitar in it. There's the chunk 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 chunk, and that's constant. And I was listening to it, and I'm saying, I sure hope not Stevie having to play that crap. And then you hear the parts that's actually Stevie playing some sort of lead, but it's mostly at the end of the song, and you go, oh, there he is. That's Stevie.
Oh.
So yeah, Mom didn't even know it. She's like, oh yeah, that's Stevie. But
it's I didn't know Prince could play guitar till he died, and then all of a sudden. I saw that video of him playing While My Guitar Gently Weeps. Yeah. And I was like, Prince can play guitar? What? Yeah. And then I learned that he did all this stuff on When Doves Cry, and I was just I know. Mind blown.
Yeah, he kind of, I wasn't a huge Prince guy. I liked him enough, but he was a little bit more into the funk and that type of stuff, and he kind of did a lot of dance music and that sort of thing, and a little more too poppy for me. And so when we get into Doves Cry and all that stuff, I'm not big on that.
But he's so talented.
Yes, he was. He was way more talented than he did. He could have been an Eric Clapton. He could have been that. That's not what he did.
But he was Prince. He didn't even have to be an Eric Clapton.
And that's fine. And
he changed his name to a symbol, and people got behind it.
I understand, and
that's
people love
star
it.
Power.
But they're like that Slave song. That's crap.
Well, it is not. I don't like all of Prince's music, but
no, that's what I'm saying.
That Prince is a phenomenal artist.
Yeah. But when you get Little Red Corvette and Raspberry Beret and that type of time of Prince, and even some of his early kind of funk stuff at the early stuff, that stuff is better than his later stuff.
And really, when he was fighting the record labels and did change his name and stuff, think about Tom Petty did all the same stuff. He had protest music against the
Oh,
record.
absolutely. Every one of them did that. I mean, Billy Joel, that's what Piano Man's all about. That's why he played in the piano bar, because of the same thing. He had a contract dispute where he couldn't produce music because it would have been owned by other people. And so he just shut it down. I mean, that's God. Springsteen had to do that. Almost all the biggies had to do that.
It's like most of it, more of them just need to do their own thing, like on their
What I
own
don't
label, like Pearl Jam
understand.
and Macklemore.
Well, what I don't understand, if I was a music guy, if I was a music manager, I would, seek out talent. And if I find a guy that's talented, I would write a contract that says, okay, year one, year two, such and such. When you start making such and such a money, there would be elevators. So because what's 0% of $1 billion? Zero. What's 1% of $1 billion? It's a lot of damn money. So why these idiots like they do with these guys? But I guess they sign so many people. I guess they go shotgun theory and they try to get 40% or 30% and whatever. Yeah. But I don't understand it. Go get 1%. When the guy's making $1 million a year or selling millions of records, get 1%. Get
it's just
percent and a half.
That's just the media business. I mean, they just have a lot of talent and they don't pay talent what talent's worth anymore. I mean, I've been in radio for 15 plus years. Like we both know this story. And unless you're like the creme de la creme, the Foo Fighters, the Billy Bones, you're just not going to see like that big money and be able to call the shots like that. And that's just kind of like the bummer aspect of it. That's what kind of like sucks about the music business. And that's why it's so important, I think, for people to like go to smaller concerts of bands who are like putting things on and like support on that level. Because
but it obviously comes from all the one-hit wonders that exist. Let's get what we can get while we can get it, as opposed to looking at it as a long-term.
Well, that's top 40 period for you right there. I mean, that's the entire top 40 format. Like we celebrate that. And it's just a weird time nowadays because, you can put it out anywhere. Like you can put all your stuff out on YouTube or Spotify or Pandora. Like you don't really need anybody to just say what you got to say. So it's a really weird time that we're living in.
Yep.
Definitely.
And I just watched Tom Petty classic albums for Damn the Torpedoes. And so that was an interesting one. So here he is looking at that. It was probably 15 years after that album that the thing was from. It was obviously he was younger than towards the end here. So I don't know exactly what year that was. The classic album was done, but it still was interesting to have them look back on their career and that sort of thing. But the same sort of thing that people have. I just saw a top 20 the best, or Paul McCartney's albums rated from worst to best or whatever. As Paul McCartney. It was on one of these things that you get on the Facebook, On the Line, and you don't get the On the Line reference, do you?
The On the Line, I think I do.
You do?
I think so.
The Internship.
The Internship. Oh yeah, with that Will Ferrell movie.
No.
With Robert De Niro.
No, he's the intern. The Internship is with Wilson and the guy from tall guy from Chicago.
Oh, Vince Vaughn. There's so many of them.
Yeah.
I watch a lot of movies like you do. So.
And they go on in Google to be an intern.
On the Line. Yes.
He's on the line. They keep yelling online. Anyway, so that's the On the Line reference.
Classic dad joke for the Father's Day podcast.
Here's a classic Father's Day joke. Dad joke. He says, my wife, she's been complaining about me lately. She says, I only got 2 problems. One is I don't listen, and 2 is something else I don't remember.
Good job. That was a good one, Dad. I'm glad that it tickles you so much.
That is funny.
Okay.
Because that's probably true.
Oh my God, I cannot right now. You probably don't even know what's happening in this podcast at this moment.
What does that mean?
Oh my goodness. Okay, well, talking about best and worst. I mean, obviously, you've been very involved in my radio career. You always like give me little tidbits of what I can do better on air and how I can be
I know
more.
you love my phone calls, don't you?
What?
You love my phone calls when I critique your podcasts and your outlets and your shows and everything else.
Somebody's got to do it, Dad. That way I get better and more awesome and people enjoy watching me more. Hey, because someone told me that I needed to like get cooler things to look at in the background. Look at my new studio. Like, are you kidding me? Look at that.
I know. Thank God you finally listened.
I take constructive criticism. So what is like your favorite thing that I've ever done on air? Let's make it a little bit about me.
My D-Lo song. That was great. Hey there, my D-Lo.
Oh my God.
You don't remember that?
Did that ever make it on air?
Yes.
It made it on air? I mean,
yes.
To be fair, Dad, my 20s are very blurry.
It must be. You called me and everything, and we put it on air, had a whole verse, and D-Lo had no idea what to do with it, and it was by far the best song he got for his stupid show. Obviously, I couldn't win because I was related to someone on his damn show. I mean, the one he picked was horrible. Mine was great.
Oh, well, I'm glad that my best moment has something to do with you.
You know, it's always good when you use me on one of your shows.
It's pretty good.
Some of your best stuff.
Maybe this one will go viral and I won't have to worry about any money anymore ever again.
Eddie Money's dead. Don't worry about that.
Another classic dad joke. That'll end out our podcast. My hilarious dad from Mississippi, where things are starting to open slowly. I was rocking my Memphis coffee mug today just to represent Dad, repping Mississippi State. Go Dogs. I think we still have to build Chris a battle bell, even though he's an Ohio State fan. He just needs it in his life.
I guess. Well, you know, that was one of the things I said about this COVID-19. You know, they're all worried about all these people getting back in the stands. And so really one of the rules they should make, you know as well as I do about how everybody gets mad at Mississippi State for having artificial noisemakers or great cowbells. Well, I think now you have to have that's the only noisemaker you can have, because people yelling and screaming, spitting all over each other, will all die. Every one of us will get COVID because the guy behind, you suck. So just think about it. We should only have noisemakers from this point forward at sports games. That's it. No more yelling, no more screaming. Everybody shut the fuck up.
Words to ponder as you go through the rest of your Father's Day. Thanks for tuning in. You can, of course, find me on Instagram at coffee_with_Chelsea. And then I'm on Podbean, Spotify, Google Play, Pandora, wherever you listen to your podcast. I am Chelsea. This is my dad, Bruce. Thanks for joining me again, Dad. This is my coffee. This has been Coffee with Chelsea, a podcast.